Diabetes mellitus is one of the most common forms of diabetes. It is a chronic disease in which it is connected to abnormal high levels of sugar in the blood. The word diabetes is short for the full name diabetes mellitus. It comes from the Greek word diabetes, which means to pass through, and mellitus is the Latin word meaning sweet. This is because you find too much sugar in the blood and also in the urine. There's two types of diabetes mellitus. There's type 1 and type 2. Diabetes mellitus type 1 occurs when the immune system destroys the cells in the pancreas, which are called beta cells, and the body is not able to control blood sugar levels. Diabetes mellitus type 2 occurs when blood sugar levels are higher than usual. This is called insulin resistance. At first, your pancreas makes extra insulin to make up for it, but over time it isn't able to keep up and can't make enough insulin to keep your blood glucose at normal levels. Diabetes mellitus can be genetic, but this refers more to diabetes type 1. So if it runs in your family, it is possible that you can get this disease. Diabetes mellitus can also be an autoimmune disorder since your body can't produce insulin on its own. However, not a lot of your type 2 diabetes risk is genetic. Major risk factors for type 2 also include obesity and having a sedentary lifestyle. Diabetes is a non-communicable disease. It is non-infectious and non-transmissible among people. Some of the common symptoms of diabetes type 1 and 2 include hunger and fatigue because your body converts the food you eat into glucose that your cells use for energy. Urinating more often and being thirstier because the average person usually has to go to the bathroom between 4 to 7 times in 24 hours, but people with diabetes may go a lot more. Dry mouth and itchy skin because your body is using fluids to make urine, so there's less moisture for other things, and you could get dehydrated. Blurred vision because there's changes in your fluid levels in your body, and that makes your lenses in your eyes swell up, and they change the shape and lose their ability to focus. Some ways to diagnose this disease include doing the following tests: the A1C test, which is also known as the glycohemoglobin test, a fasting plasma glucose test, or an oral glucose tolerance test. All diabetes blood tests involve drawing blood at a healthcare provider's office to take the samples for a lab. Treatment for diabetes mellitus type 1 include intaking insulin, change in diet, and exercise. Treatment for diabetes mellitus type 2 can be managed by taking non-insulin meds, losing weight, and change in diet. Proper nutrition is part of any diabetes care plan. There is no specific diabetic diet that is recommended for all individuals. There isn't any new advances or preventions for this disease so far, but there are pancreas and islet cell transplantations that are subject of ongoing research but currently require immunosuppressive treatment regimens. The main limitation is lack of availability of donor pancreases.